let's just put it out there. Entrepreneurship is not just a straight line. Sometimes it's going to take you evolving and learning what you like and what you do not like about the business in which you created to really decide, is this what I want to do? So today I want to share with you about my journey from being an event planner and going into being a business consultant. For those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Jessie Gary. I am a HoneyBook Pro as well as an operations expert and specialist. On this channel, we talk about all things back office. We talk about the unsexy things about business, but they're necessary. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about my journey as to how I'm going from being an event planner with over 10 years of experience and shifting into a new career as far as being a business consultant. So let's get into it. Before I get into it, take a moment to click the like and subscribe button if you want to be more connected into this community and continue to learn about how to grow your business, as well as get a chance to learn more about me as well. As someone that's been in the event industry for over 10 years, I used to really wear this as my badge of honor. Not saying it's not a badge of honor, but whenever someone would talk to me, I kind of always put myself in a pigeonhole of just saying that that's all I am. My business coach was always working on me about just seeing all of the gifts and talents in which I have acquired and how I can start to use this in this new chapter of my life. When I first started my business, I was early 30s. Now I'm 42 years old. And the reality is that what I was building, I love doing it. I love what I get to do. However, I understood that, do I really want to do this at 50 years old? So over the last couple of years, I've really been exploring, what does my business look like? How can I create something that can potentially be sold or still run without me having to be in it? So this is where I have started to shift within my particular brand and business. So one of the things that I do really encourage you to do, if you're someone that may have started in your business doing one specific thing, but you're wanting to start to go into another, you really want to get clarity on what you want to do and also understand and identify the things you do not want to do. The reality is that event planning and coordinating, it is extremely, labor intensive and things of that nature, even with the team that's going to help you. But what I did like about it is the fact that I get to do project management. So one of the biggest things about being a business consultant is that you have to be able to help other people with discovering what problems are going on in their business and helping them with being able to find a solution. So what I took time to do was think about what are some of the things I don't particularly like about my company or what I do right now. And then thinking to myself, what do I like about what I do, what I was doing, and thinking about how do I change this into a new business. With that being said, that does not mean that I need to create a whole new business. It comes into the second point. Thinking about if I am going to shift, am I completely changing my business name? Am I going into a different niche? Who's my customer? You want to go back into the beginning frameworks of starting a business, because you have to know who you help, the solution that you provide, and then also being able to create a package in which is going to be appealing to that specific client. So what I had to do was sit down and think about, do I change niches completely? If I stay in the same niche or industry, who is going to be my target market? These are all terms that are very relevant when you're starting your business. So if you haven't taken the time to actually sit down and think about these things, I highly recommend that you do them. So with what I specifically do, I actually went to the individuals within my industry and I started doing some market research to figure out, if I was to switch and pivot, what type of ideas would be helpful? What are some of the opportunities within it? What costs, which costs would they actually spend when it comes to me providing this service? So it is still an evolution, to be very transparent. It's not a rival for me, because I still love the industry. I still want to be able to make an impact in the way that I'm making an impact. However, I do not want it to be that I am solely the individual that is the pulse behind the business. I've read books like Built to Sell. I've even followed a few other YouTubers that really share really great content about building a business that people will buy. And I'm really in a position in my life right now that I want to be able to build assets. So I want it to be that it's not solely dependent on me doing it, being a part of it, or being a face of it. So what I'm deciding to do with the consulting, even with it being a consulting agency, that's what it's going to be. I am not going to be the face of it. I'm going to have a collective of individuals that are going to have specialties in which they work on. So with you, if you're in a position, I highly recommend you take the time to think to yourself, if I am pivoting, who am I helping? Am I staying in the same industry? And that will help you then being able to decide what direction I'm going to go. So now that I've done a lot of the groundwork, it brings me into the third thing that I decided to do, was decide if this is going to be something dependent on me or if it's going to be an agency, so that I can start to figure out what type of brand I'm going to be creating. I share that now because I am in the beginning stages of getting all that stuff together. The goal is relaunching, rebranding to be effective in January of 2024. I know that a lot of us can be multi-passionate or they call it multi-passionate, and we want to do all the things and we want to do it today. I get it. However, if you don't have the resources to have someone put that all together for you today, make a plan and a strategy so that you're able to truly do the steps so that it's solid, and then you can have a better start than just throwing like paint at the wall, or they call it paint at the wall. I think that's what they say. That's the analogy. But you just want to take the time to really think about that. So when it came to the branding part and the messaging, I am giving myself an entire quarter to get that together, where we can start to rebrand our website. We can start doing a landing page, email marketing, and market research, so that we're able to really get things going. So with me changing from being an event planner and my specific industry and niche, we're changing it into an agency that is multifaceted, so that I can start to hire and outsource certain tasks to other people that's their strong suit, and we're able to make bigger impact, so that I can eventually, within 3 to 4 years, be able to sell the company. And that's the big vision for it. And here's the thing, it can feel scary with changing your business, closing a business, anything that's going to almost rock the boat. I've had doubts, I've had fears, I've had uncertainty. It's been moments when I haven't wanted to commit to really making this change. So if you have felt this way, you're not alone. I have felt the same way. But the biggest thing is that I understand that in order for me to go into the direction I want to go within my business, it's going to take me being bold with the movement, really doing some research, not overthinking it, and just understanding that in the 13 years I've had my event business, I've had to be adaptable and figure it out as I go. However, I had to be committed, which I was very committed to what we were building. But I know that long term, it's not something I want to do solely by myself. I want to be able to get more into different niches, have other businesses, because right now I have 2 businesses. I technically have 4 income streams. And I want to be able to have more breathing room within my family, or in my life, because I would like to have a family. And I do understand that it's going to take me strategically making changes within my business and the things that I do for income, so that I can have space for it. I understand that in a perfect world, I wish that it didn't have to be that way. However, I know that in order for me to be the kind of mom I want to be, the kind of wife I would love to be, I cannot stretch myself thin. I want to be able to enjoy life and enjoy time. So one of the things that is really motivating me with making this pivot is because I know that I'm 42 right now, and I've been often thinking about what do I want my life to look like when I'm 50. And I'd rather already be laying the groundwork for it now, so that I'm not having to be so frantic when life is just growing and multiplying personally. But if you're someone that is in the same position, I love for us to start having this conversation. I would love to know if you're either starting a business, or if you're someone that's changing the type of business you have right now. Comment below and let me know, so we can start up the conversation. I want to become more transparent with my process and journey. Also, while I'm still teaching you more about how to create structure within your back office systems. So I hope that this video has been able to help you with thinking about how you can shift in your brand and your message, as well as give you an opportunity to learn a little bit more about me. All right, have a good one. Talk to you later. Peace.